Go for it.
Hi and welcome to Monday Night Panel Show. We have Dom, Hull, we have Noisy Watford, and the first time we have Kevin O from the Milton Keynes boss. Evening, gentlemen.
Evening.
Evening.
We did try and do this on Saturday night, just Noisy and Dom and I, but the quality, it sounded like Alvin and the Chipmunks. It got sped up for some reason. So we're doing it again. This is hardcore commitment. So without further ado, I'm going to go straight to you, Kevin, because you're the new guy. You're representing Division 4. So, Kevin, what can you tell us about MK Dons this season, last season, and Division 4?
Well, to be honest with you, we had a tough season last. I thought it'd be easier than it was, and it was really, really tough, which makes it really, really competitive.
Yeah.
So, it's really hard, and not knowing what's happening so far. I think it's going to be anyone's league, to be honest with you, because it's so close at the moment. I'm trying to look at it now, but the computer's froze as well. so I'm trying to look at the league now. So I'm trying to get it up.
My memory serves me right. We've got Northampton and Southend at the top, and
Northampton.
Yeah.
And everyone's favourite Sheffield United have made a bit of a wobbly start.
Yeah, I thought that because Fiend's left, didn't he? Hairdresser's left, and the hairdresser's left, didn't he?
Well, he's gone to Reading. Yeah. I bet he loves that,
Reading, so yeah.
I mean, with the quality they've got. Sorry, Kevin.
Go on. I played him, and then I thought, we had a really good result against him because like 2-0 up, or like 2-1, and they beat us 3-2. I think it was the final result. We lost 3-2.
Yeah.
And then we played his old team, Walsall. We beat them 5-0 in the first game. Played them. And then we beat them on Saturday, 2-1, away from home. So I was quite pleased with that result, to be honest.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I do expect Sheffield United still to win the league, despite the start. They've got too much quality there. Although they've got a new manager, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. So, I don't know, Mansfield look a quite good team this year. I know they lost on Saturday.
Yeah, but, and you've got a couple of pals yourself, haven't you, in the Division 4?
Yeah, I've got a Mansfield boss and Dazza.
Are these your real life mates?
Yes, they are, yeah. And Dazza's at Fleetwood.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they're struggling again this year, so hopefully they can try and pull out a few results and try and get up there somewhere.
I saw that you didn't win your first 3 games, but you've put 2 wins together, so I think with the size of your stadium and the gates you get in, you should try and aim for the playoffs this season.
Yeah. I mean, I've made a few signings this year, and like during the season, and trying to boost in the team a bit. I've got like a couple of 84s now, 84 rating players and that, so hopefully we can try and push and see how things go from there.
Kevin, I don't know about you, but I think TFF is only going to get harder. In season 1, we had a lot of inactive managers, a few multiple accounts. We're replacing them with really good managers, and it's making everything competitive in all 4 divisions.
Yeah, I mean, supposed to be, I am looking forward to it. You know, I mean, I love competition's going to be so tough.
Yeah.
Hopefully, but I'm hoping we can just come out of nowhere and just just get up there and prove what we can do.
Yeah, it's anyone's. It's anyone's. All right, Kevin, we'll come back to you.
It's anyone's league.
We'll come back to you in a minute. I'm going to head over to the other side, all the way to Division 1. We'll do the middle divisions in a minute. Dom, how do you assess your season so far?
It's been a very good season so far, very good start. We're doing well in Europe, doing really well in the league, considering we were everybody's favourites to go down.
Dom,
we've made some
sorry, I don't think we can get your whole head in. Can you move the screen back a bit? I can only see your. That's better.
Oh, sorry.
Carry on, mate.
On my screen, it has everything in.
That's better.
Yeah, so we've made a very good start. We've brought some really good signings in. We Osama Dembele, My personal favourite coming in just recently, Donnarumma, the young AC Milan
That's a
goalkeeper.
great signing. That's an unbelievable signing. Yeah.
Signing.
That's you set for the game in terms of the
Yeah.
goalie.
Yeah, I'm never gonna have to touch goalkeeper ever again.
Brilliant signing.
But yeah, even this,
All
like
right, Dom.
Eunice.
Yeah, you got some great talent. I'm going to move over to Noisy, and then I'm going to come back to you two to round up Division 1. There's so much to talk about. Noisy, you're flying, mate.
Yeah, not doing too bad, are we?
And everyone kind of predicted this, to be honest.
Yeah, that's the only. I feel a little bit of pressure now to keep it up, but that's the only thing. I was enjoying the no pressure before, but now I've got a little bit of pressure to keep the results up, I think.
No one will be on your back if you come.
Yeah, but it's first of all, I think that now, if it depends on our next game's Arsenal, so it's massive. That's a massive game already. 6 games into the season, and it's a massive game for me.
I looked at Arsenal's squad today. They scare me. They've got 16 players, 90 plus, 289s. That's ridiculous. They've got the first team squad's worth 533 million. That's not including loans out or youths. I don't know how Tottenham, because Tottenham have got some money in the bank and have got some value, but all that put together, Tottenham are 200 million worse off than Arsenal. Tottenham don't start off 200 million worse off than Arsenal, so that worries me, and that's got to be sorted out. Ben's been clever in the transfer market, but I'm worried he's going to start to dominate.
Well, he's got a first team there, hasn't he? Now that can challenge for the league, and he's also got a cup team that can out strength most people's first team. So he's got 2 really strong squads there now.
Totally depressing as a Spurs fan, right? But Ben, to be fair, Ben is very active. He's on the ball. He's not a mug, so he's done well with his dealings. Noisy. I look at your team though. You've got Modric 95, Robin 94. You've got who's it at the back? You've got another 94.
Ramos.
You know,
he's 95.
Your team are no mugs. This is a serious team. I wouldn't be surprised if you get in the top 4, to be honest.
Yeah, as I say, I'm sticking to top 8. I think top 8.
Don't blame you, but it wouldn't surprise me with that lineup. Nobody's going to want to play Watford.
No, that's right. People are beginning to fear us, so it's a weird one. You don't usually see Watford up there, do you? Really? So
no. And to be fair to you, it's happened really quickly.
Yeah, it has happened quite quickly actually.
Sorry, Kevin, do you want us to jump in?
I was just saying about the Watford team. I looked earlier and I couldn't believe. I mean, who they've actually signed. I thought they've made some decent signings there, mate. You really have.
Yeah.
Really signings.
So what's amazing is Noisy wasn't there from the start of the season. You started off at Huddersfield, and I can't remember, was it halfway, just over halfway? You took Watford?
20, there was 12 games to go in the Premier League when I took Watford over.
And you were in the bottom 5, something like that?
Yeah, they were bottom 5, yeah.
And in a very short space of time, you've transformed the team, the squad.
Yeah, we finished 11th, got Europe on the back of that, and since then we haven't looked back really. So yes, it's all going well.
And there's been little bits and pieces. Like I do watch what goes on. Like you signed Lamar, then you sold him. You made a crucial bit of profit.
Yeah.
This is the sort of thing Mark does at Newcastle, I think, and it's a few million here and a few million here, and it all starts to add up.
Yeah. Well, just from selling Lamar, it allowed me to buy Tolisso. Yeah. And the Seville right back, that Corchia. So I used the money to get a 91 replacement and then an 89 right back. So
yeah, that's okay. All right then. I'm going to briefly go on to Division 2 and Division 3. We haven't got anyone representing them, but I do know a little bit about 3. Ali Hayder's gone to Reading, made a decent start. But Division 3 for me, it looks like I can see Wimbledon and Wolves being the top 2. Would anyone have a different opinion, or everyone agree with that?
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Yeah, definitely. As I said before, with Laffy in charge of Wimbledon, they're going up, aren't they? Really?
It looks like.
From my information, Wazza is selling Kieran Trippier. If he sells him and invests that money,
yeah,
he he will do really well.
And you'd
I
like to see
reckon he
Coventry
could.
do well, Dom?
Of course I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're, apart from my own, they're the first team I look out for.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, to see how they're doing.
Just down the road from me, actually.
What, Coventry?
What's that?
Yeah. I'm in Nuneaton, so mate. They're down the
They're
road.
near you. Yeah. You're a Londoner, but you're living in Nuneaton, Kevin.
Yeah, that's correct, yeah.
I think there's like a 3 or 4 second delay,
Kevin.
Kevin. Sorry, mate?
Yeah.
We've got this is like that. It's like the old World Cups again. We've got a 5-second delay with you, Kevin. Yeah, you just got it right. Okay, so on to Division. I think Division 3, Wimbledon Wolves. I can't call it. It's very, very tight. Division 2.
Yeah. Give a little quick shout out to my mate Charlton as well. Good old Ben.
Oh, Ben, yeah.
Started the season well, so. And he's another one that builds his teams over time as well. So
I also know that Ben watches these shows, so he'll be pleased with that. So keep an eye on Charlton.
Keep an eye on Charlton. Dark Horse.
Yeah. They're another club that are well set up for a promotion push. They're too big for Division 3. Division 2 has, I think everyone was just quite predictable. Swansea, Bournemouth, Villa were the main favourites.
Charlton are my team, by the way. I do support them.
Who's that, Kevin? Oh, we've lost Kevin. Kevin, you keep freezing. Sorry, mate. Kevin, you there?
It's got to be the bad weather.
Must be.
I've got really bad reception.
Okay. So Division 2, everyone said Swansea, Bournemouth, Villa, but it hasn't quite gone like that. Swansea are doing okay. Bournemouth are struggling, and Villa are outside the playoffs. Has anyone in Division 2 caught anyone's eye?
I would say the biggest shout at the moment is Mark Stewart Gillingham. I think he's doing an unbelievable job there at the moment.
Yeah, for how much longer, Dom? How much longer will he be at Gillingham?
That's the thing. If he keeps doing what he's doing, there will be a club knocking on the door for him.
Because if a big club comes, I'm pretty sure his name's going to be in the reckoning, and he's going to get a lot of votes.
No, I agree.
Last year, they done well last year.
He did. He got Gillingham promoted really from nowhere, and now they're holding their own in Division 2.
Yeah.
Anyone else in Division 2 that's caught anyone's eye? My mate Johnny's doing well at Sheffield Wednesday, so I want to give him a shout.
Yeah, I agree with that one.
But he always does well in game worlds. He's a solid manager, so
he's a very good manager,
and he keeps a low profile. So he's going to do well this year. And Sheffield Wednesday's a pretty big club, so maybe not promotion this season, but he's building them up.
Yeah.
He definitely can get in the playoffs.
Definitely.
But you say Bournemouth. I don't think their squad is strong enough.
They were one of the favourites at the start of the season, and Dan was pretty confident. He backed himself, but it looks intense, that division.
Yeah, he's got everything up front, but no, I wouldn't put them as one of the favourites for automatic promotion. I think Swansea, Villa should be doing better, a lot better. They've got some very, very good players, but Bournemouth, I'm not so quite sure about them. I think they look a bit weak at the back.
Okay, right. Now we're going to move on to Division 1. I'll read out the top 7. Arsenal, Watford, Sunderland, Manchester City, Leeds, Leicester, Hull. Now, other than Arsenal and Manchester City, I'd say the other 5, that's a surprise. Obviously, Tottenham's in a mess, and I'm trying to sort that out. We're 19th now. Man United, Spurs not won a game. Chelsea not won a game. Everton not won a game. And West Ham are now in the bottom 3, I think. So, I think West Ham...
Chelsea so bad. I can't understand why Chelsea do so bad. Their team's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Looking at Chelsea teams, like just...
It's Newcastle in the bottom 3.
Yeah, we've all said that, Kevin. Chelsea's 11 is unbelievable. But to be fair now, I mean, and Chelsea and Manchester United are both under pressure. And then last night, some developments. Pogba is leaving Man U to go to Chelsea. Coutinho and Loftus-Cheek are going the other way. What do you guys make of that transfer?
No, I'm not impressed. I'm a massive Pogba fan, to be fair. On his day, Pogba is one of the best midfielders in the world.
Okay, so from a Chelsea point of view, they're getting a good deal because they're getting somebody who's going to probably help them.
Yeah, definitely.
Now
that was solidified the centre midfield of Chelsea.
But if from Kev's point of view, he's getting Coutinho, who will rise, and Loftus-Cheek is definitely a very promising player.
Yeah,
Coutinho is not even the best player at Liverpool, so
not. I think not. But if you think about it, Coutinho's probably going to get his move to Barcelona.
Yeah, the rating cap for Barcelona is higher, isn't it? So
yeah,
he will probably rise quicker than Pogba. Being at Barcelona, if he makes the move and gets in the top 3.
Initially, I think a lot of people think Kev's done a funny one there, but actually it could work out a really good deal for him.
Yeah, I would agree with that. If Coutinho gets his move to Barcelona.
Yeah. Okay.
So.
Then also Kev, he's done a bit of action. So he's bringing in Gareth Bale, but the shock for me was he's letting Dele Alli go and he's letting Bailey go.
Really?
Yeah. And he's also bringing in David Alaba and he's letting Sandro go. So
Bale's a shot. That's a bad move for me because Bale's almost like on the way back down now.
He's not going to get any higher. He's reached his peak. He's not going to get any higher.
He's at his ceiling now, so he's only going to drop. Where Dele Alli potentially going the other way. So.
Dele Alli is a superstar in the making. So
20 years old. Yeah. So.
What's prompted this sudden bout of transfers from Kev? Do you think he's panicking a little bit?
He's under pressure, I think.
He's under pressure to get instant results. So Bale is hoping he's hoping Bale is the answer.
Yeah. The thing is, it's not an obsession with Kev, but it's just TFF is such an intense game world, and Manchester United is a massive, huge club. So whoever's managing them is going to be under scrutiny. That's all it is. Because one or two of Kev in the newsfeed last night, you can't always tell when people are typing what's going on, but it looked like he was losing his temper a little bit. Looked like he was getting a bit snappy. And I can understand if people were having a personal attack on him, but for me...
Let's be honest, though. The ones that are commenting are the ones that just want the Man United job, aren't they, at the end of the day? So they're adding the pressure because they want the job. So
Yeah, we did say that, didn't we, Noisy? Because we felt the other day... We felt the other day in the other show that what didn't get aired, that Craig has been a little bit harshly treated.
Yeah, I agree. Similar situation for me. Yeah, I agree.
I mean, Craig's at least won the league and he won a charity shield. He's got a couple of trophies in the bag. All right, his transfers have been questionable, but I don't think Craig deserves anywhere near the scrutiny or criticism of some of the others. And it's not personal. It's just purely on results, isn't it? I suppose we judge people on results and we judge them on how they're building their teams. That's what we do. But it isn't a personal attack on anyone. Not for me, anyway.
Kev's still unbeaten at the end of the day. Craig's still unbeaten at City. So although he had a bad iffy start, he's still unbeaten. So he's climbing up the league now. So
yeah. I don't see Craig defending his title. To be honest, I can't see past Arsenal now.
No. I've said the same from the start, and then Liverpool. But Liverpool, they've dropped down the league again this week. But they're still, for me, the ones that are going to come runners up. They're my still top 2.
So
I don't know. I think you might be Watford. I'll tell you what. That's good signs there, brother. You really have.
You don't want to hear that, Kevin.
I'm looking at that. Second in the league, Watford. You know what I mean? It's like unbelievable. It really is done so well. And I think there might be a couple of surprises here.
But Noisy, you've been playing this game a long time. You know what you're doing.
Yeah.
There is one thing as well in Division 1 that was interesting. Chelsea have been struggling pretty much in TFF since it started. And Jose Mourinho said last year, I will take this club all the way to Division 5, even though there isn't a Division 5, before I quit. So basically he's never quitting. But then he kind of appeared like he's softened his stance a little bit, and he posted something in the news feed that he's going to make a couple of transfers, and if they don't work out, he'll step aside. Did that surprise you guys? Any thoughts on that?
I just think he's got to keep at it. He's got to keep at it. You know what I mean?
But for how long? But for how long? How long, Kevin?
Well, you know, as we said, it's a challenging league, and you just got to keep at it. You know what I mean? So you got to keep bringing in players. You know, I know it's hard to get players, but it's so hard. You know, which I think is really good about this, about the game world, because it's so challenging.
But then, when do you say right? That's the point where come on, give it to someone else. When do we?
I've got a Charlton team in another game world, and they're always there. They're never like below that or above that. You know what I mean? Like or below, always between 10th and 5th. You know.
Yeah.
But I know that team will never go any higher or any lower than that. You know, but you know, I try and make transfers to make it stronger. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
You know,
but Kevin, this TFF is like no other game world, and the top clubs are pretty much a privilege. They're sacrilege, and if you're not performing, you're going to get a lot more criticism and scrutiny than normal game worlds. So my question is, how much time does one give? How much time do you get at a club like Chelsea or Man U or anyone?
Well, it depends how much you can take, doesn't it? Really. You know.
Yeah.
So, you know, I mean, he's in Division 1. Players like men like me in Division 4. You know, we just got to keep at it and try and boost our teams every season, or like whenever we get a bit of money. You know, because the money's so tight down there.
It is.
It's unbelievable.
It's a different world. It's a different game. You're trying to gradually build something from nothing, but Chelsea's a monster. It's a machine.
Yeah, I mean, players in Division 4. I mean, and sometimes Division 3, they're like 30 plus years old players, 33, 34, 35, 36-year-old players. You know, past the sell-by dates, half of them. But teams in Division 4 need them players to try and get them up. If you know,
Noisy. What do you think about the Chelsea situation?
Well, as I say, I played him last Thursday and I dominated him at Stamford Bridge. I only got the point, which I was disappointed in, but 59 to 41% possession is just it's not right.
Something's wrong there.
Wrong. The tactics were all wrong. And as I pointed out, I think he had 4 in defence, then his holding midfielder was running back to defence, and all his midfielders were running to attack. It was a 5 defence, 5 attack. What formation's that? It's the tactics, I think. He needs to get back to basics, because what he was playing with is just not working.
Yeah. Dom?
Yeah, I agree with everything that's been said. I did notice in the last game he actually changed his tactics. He used a flat 4-4-2, which still didn't really do him any favours. Because I don't know who he was against, but I don't think he got the win.
No, he drew Leeds.
Drew against Leeds United. So, whilst that's a very good result for Leeds, Chelsea should be going to teams like that and beating straight up. So it's a difficult one because he's tried to change it, but it's still not working. So maybe he needs to have a real good overhaul of tactics and possibly get 1 or 2 new players in and try and freshen up a little bit because some of them have not performed.
Well, I mean, both United and Chelsea are under a bit of pressure, and they've both been active. No one can say they're not trying to do something because they are.
Yeah.
But I think one of the things is at the moment I haven't got a team, so I'm waiting to get my team, and then I'm to play the system that I want to play. But I noticed I think when teams are struggling and they start to get a bit desperate, they're kind of chopping and changing formations every single week. It smacks of desperation and panic, and I'm not sure. I don't know, but I'm not sure if that works in Soccer Manager. If it's better to have a settled formation, go for a couple of defeats, and then get things. I don't know, but when you're losing, you seem to try anything.
Yeah, a lot of people have different opinions on that. Even as you might see at Man United, a lot of people do get desperate. They make sudden rash transfers. They go away from their own policies and their own ideas, which, in my opinion, is the wrong thing to do.
Yeah, for me, Kev selling Ali to bring in Bale is definitely going against Kev's whole philosophy that he had at Man United.
Even Eric Bailly in that deal as well, who's a centre back I rate
Dele Alli one for me. He's going to be, well, in my opinion, he's going to be one of the most valuable players in the game. So I don't know. You lose a bit, maybe losing a bit of patience. Maybe the criticism getting to him. Who knows? Yeah. Right then, that's the Division 1 issues sorted out. I can't remember what else did we talk about on Saturday. Noisy Dom. Can't remember.
Middlesbrough's another one in Division 2 again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Dropping down from Division 1, obviously finishing bottom of the league, and just dropping straight to the bottom of Division 2. I mean, we went over his squad.
It's quite high rated, isn't it?
It's full of 89s and 88s. He should not be bottom of the league with 1 draw and 4 defeats after 5 games.
Well, why is that?
And he got battered by Gillingham.
I'm not sure because he's logging in. So again, is it a tactics side of things? I'm not sure, but he is logging in. It's not as if he's leaving the team to rot. He is logging in on a daily basis. So for me,
go on. Sorry. I'm just going over there now.
Yeah. That league looks so intense and tight though. It's going to be really close. I'm just thinking. I'm looking at the table now. Yeah, for me,
he's got a good team there.
He has. It just doesn't look like he's trying really.
The trouble is, he's got 2 holding midfielders in. He's got a very young goalkeeper. He doesn't look like he has any idea what he's doing. I mean, going against a promotion side Gillingham, and Gillingham had 60% of the possession. So doesn't look like he has any clear idea what he's doing at all. Now, he's gone for a defensive up.
That reminds me, sorry Dom, that we should have a little bit of coverage on tactics because 1 or 2 people asked me to mention this. So I want to get your thoughts on formations and tactics and arrows. Does anyone use arrows? Is there any point to them?
No, I don't use them.
No, I've not used them.
Oh, you do?
I do use mine. Yeah. I always keep to my 4-4-1-1.
Okay. Home and away.
I don't know why. I don't know why. Sorry.
Oh, Kevin, you keep breaking up, mate. We'll
Some chipmunks again.
Yeah. He's frozen, Kevin. So, Dom Noisy, you don't use the arrows?
No.
I tell a lie. I've actually used it once a season on a specific player.
Did it work?
It was Eunice.
Okay.
Because his rating wasn't so high as my other midfielders and attackers. I put the forward for him to attack more than all the rest of them, and it did seem to work. His performances got a little bit better. He had 1 or 2 extra assists, but I tend to not use them so much.
Okay. I don't ever use them, but I used it the other day against West Brom. My team is, I think, 2 marks lower, like an average 89 v West Brom's 91. So I went there and defended to hit him on the break. I got a point at Crystal Palace doing that, lost at home to Brentford, and then the same. I played Neymar left wing, which is not the long-term plan, but I played him left wing and had him running forwards, and I played attacking down the left, so that everything went through him that way. But I tried to, even though everything went through Neymar, I tried to have a solid 4-5-1. He got man of the match and he scored, so I'm going to take that as that seemed to work. But I wouldn't do it normally myself.
No.
And formations, I don't want to ask you too much because you might not want to give things away or anything. But in general, do you guys have a go-to formation or do you mix it up depending on the opposition? How does it work?
I have a go-to formation.
What, for home and away, or just one solid formation?
One solid formation. I don't mind. I don't mind sharing it, because if you actually did your tactics properly and scouted me, you'd know. I go with a 4-2-3-1 at the moment.
Is that 4-2-3-1 A or B?
A, I think it is. So I've got the two sitting midfielders. The two wider players are not tucked in; they're out wide.
Yeah.
With the one in the middle, and then
I
strike.
I noticed Richie at Leeds seems to play a 4-2-3-1-B, and he has width.
Yeah, I've got that as well.
And obviously Richie's results have been quite impressive. It might be worth analysing Mark's results at Gillingham as well, and seeing what formation he's playing. Noisy, what do you do at Watford?
Counter formations. It's always worked for me, so I've always done it.
Yeah.
So you study what the opposition plays, and then you find a good formation that can counter that one. So it's all mind games really. So
see, Noisy, I understand what you're saying, but how do you know what someone's going to play?
Well, I look at like their previous 5 games, and unless they change it, a lot of managers seem to stick with what they think was working for them, but not necessarily. It might not work when they come against me. And I don't know what.
That's interesting. How many managers are actually studying the last 5 games of their opposition? So
you got. I don't even look at that. To be honest with you, I never look at that. I just do my team. Yeah. I just do my team for the day.
Yeah.
And my formation is always the same. 4-4. Always the same. And obviously, if you lose in half time, you change it or whatever, and then I'll change it like that.
But Kevin, that's fine. I'm just thinking. I think Division 4, even Division 3, if you've got a good team that's better than most of the others, you can pretty much set your formation, play attacking, and you should be all right. That was pretty much. There weren't a lot in it with Colchester last year. I had a pretty good side. I had one formation home and away, and that was it. And I was just active, so I was always rotating and keeping them fit. That was all I did really. But I think it gets trickier as you go up the leagues. I think when you get into Division 2, Division 1, and nearly every team is dangerous, and every team's got high-rated match winners, I do think the tactics come into it. And this is one of the reasons why some of the clubs with the best players are not doing very well, because maybe the problem is the tactics.
Yeah, totally agree with you.
So it becomes more like a game of chess in Division 1 and Division 2. Division 4's so much fun. I miss it so much.
No, you don't.
I loved it. I loved it last season, but it's a pain in the backside now. And of course,
it's so difficult, but you know.
And the focus is on Division 1. The focus is on Division 1. So if you're a big club and you lose or draw, you've got the whole game world going, look at your tactics, you're crap, and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
and then if you're in the Facebook group, it's even worse, because you get a load of abuse there as well. So.
It's very weird. You should know your own team. Like, I know what my team is set up for, because I can just tell you now that we managed to get a result against Arsenal, get a result against Newcastle, but we came unstuck against Southampton. Because what I tend to do is to try and keep the possession, but keep a nice tight shape, and then hit them on the break, which obviously worked really well against Arsenal, really well against Newcastle. But a team like Southampton, who don't have the same qualities as them, it's harder to sit back.
I've noticed as well, Brentford, I want to give them a mention. They've made a good start, and Brentford beat me 2-0. I mean, I only had about 5 players, but still. And Brentford seems to be playing a 3-5-2 formation, and he seems to be defensive, and he seems to be playing long ball. In my head, that doesn't make a lot of sense, that you've got 5 players in the middle and you're playing long ball, so you're bypassing half your team. But it seems to be working for him. He's got good results. And I've noticed he's playing that formation every game.
He could be using his width now quite well. It depends if he has arrows on his wingers.
Yeah, well, that comes back to that then. Who knows? We don't know, do we? We can't tell.
I hope he plays that against me then. I hope he plays that 3-5-2 against me.
Because you can counter that.
There's a very good counter formation for that 3-5-2, Very good one.
He's the only manager I know playing the long ball. So obviously he doesn't want the ball to his players, because they're 1 or 2 ratings below. So he's just launching things in the box and causing mayhem. It's, but do you know what? I'd love to see him stay up because.
Oh yeah, they've got 7 points already, haven't they? About 7 points, I think they're on. So they're not considering you've got to get what high 30s to stay up.
But I was manager there just in the pre-season. I made a couple of changes. I got the goal in, but it was going. To be honest, I didn't see how I was going to stay up because there was £50 million. I basically sorted the defence out, and then I left. But he had to build a team from that, and I think he's gone and instead of going out and filling up with old rated players, he went out and bought 5 or 6 good young players, which means he hasn't got any depth, but he's built a nice team for the future, and I think that's quite brave. Because the temptation would be to definitely go down the oldies route.
He's obviously got his tactics, right? When you've got a weak, one of the weakest teams in the division.
Yeah.
Because I've gone direct. I play quite direct football. I don't do any of this short passing because you can't. If you're one of the weakest teams in the division,
you'll get killed.
You go. Yeah. You just have to go direct, long ball, which is obviously the difference between winning and losing for a club like Brentford.
Yeah. We'll see.
Well, can I just point out, Rob? I'll have to shoot, mate, because I don't pick the pictures up.
Yeah.
As I said,
That's right.
So,
That's it.
So,
you're off leaving us, Kevin.
Yeah, I wish you guys all the best and
come back
else
near the end of the season, mate.
Yeah, mate, give me a shout and
I'll
come whenever.
It's always good to get a new face. Thanks for coming on, Kevin.
Nice, boys. Good luck, boys. See you later on.
Yeah.
Right. We'll carry on for another 5 minutes because I wanted to mention the cups because we covered that last time. Now, is that a priority for either of you two, or is it something that's just not important?
The European Cup.
No, not the SMFA. The
but that's the only one I care about. That I don't care about the English Cups at all.
Just for this season, you mean, or in general?
Yeah, normally in general, but it will take me probably a good 2 seasons to build a team up capable of managing for the league
so
and
for you,
Cup.
Division 1 survival is imperative.
Yeah, definitely, especially this season.
Noisy, you're a bit different, yeah?
I haven't really got the squad to challenge for the Cups, I don't think. I'm just looking now, and I got a Cup game tomorrow night, which I've got to put a week aside out for, but I think League's going to be my priority because obviously limited with what I could do in the Cups, I think. So it's going to be a case of try and build a Cup team gradually, I think, but this season I don't think I can challenge in the Cup and the League.
Now, with all these Division 1 teams, because most Division 1 clubs are going to be the same, if you haven't got a big squad, I'm thinking Ben could be on for a treble here.
He's got a good chance. As I say, he's got 2 squads, so he's definitely got a chance.
I mean, Tottenham, we haven't even got 9 players yet. We haven't even, not let alone 11, let alone a squad. Cup. I'm going out of the Cups as early as I can. Don't need it.
Well, I fancy Swansea to go really far in the Cups.
Has he got the depth?
Because Lewis, he's got a brilliant depth signing. He's made a couple of signings today. I fancy them to be a real dark horse for the Cups.
Yeah.
Like I think Leeds won it last season, didn't they?
Yeah.
I fancy Swansea to go quite far in the Cups.
Lewis has purchased quite a few players that are going to rise, so his squad is definitely on the up there.
Yeah, he's doing a great job down there at the moment. It's not often I say that about him. So,
are you both surprised at Villa's slowish start, or do you think they'll come good?
It's a difficult one because they've got a good squad. They should have went out last season, so that puts question marks over the manager. And his recruitment at the moment.
It's like an England B team.
Yeah, it's questionable. He's got a very good starting 11, but I'm just having a look now. But players like Damien Delaney, Jedinak, still, Ribery was a very good signing of the Division 2, but yeah, I
wonder what his wages are like. Wages must be quite high for a Division 2 team.
Yeah, they are.
57 in the first team. and nearly £1 million.
All right. Now, I do want to give a shout out to Dario, who is top of the league with QPR. They're doing an unbelievable job. I know this guy. He's a really good manager. He's been so clever in buying risers, selling them on, making profits, and QPR are now bidding for big players as well. So QPR, I never even really considered them for a top 6, to be honest, but they're looking strong.
It depends on later in the season as well. If the reviews come around again, I could see Rotherham challenging up as well.
Yeah, and Ipswich with Snakes. Snakes made a hell of a lot of money for Ipswich, so things can quickly change with the reviews.
Yeah, a lot of teams have improved with the reviews as well, so that changes quite a lot. But again, on the other side, teams have gone down as well in these reviews, so it can all change one review.
I'd like to mention what's going on at my old club, really. It's not looking too great, in all honesty.
Now, Pavel's a really good manager, good reputation, replaced you, but they're in the bottom 3.
Yeah.
Why is that? You surprised?
Well, I obviously went the youth route to begin with, didn't I? It didn't work, so I brought in a load of steady rated older players to move them up the league, but it just seems like Pavel's then sold them all off to go back to youth again, so it's kind of back down the youth path for Huddersfield, and it didn't work for me last season, so it'll be interesting to see whether he gets results from it or not.
I think it's very dangerous in that division, because that division is fierce.
There's a lot of high-rated teams, isn't there? So Middlesbrough have got to come good at some point.
Well, who are Huddersfield going to finish above now? I mean, Middlesbrough by default, but Barnsley are going to struggle because they haven't got.
Can I just say as well?
Barnsley are unbeaten, I think, as well.
Yeah, they're unbeaten, Barnsley. Yeah,
that's an unbelievable start by Barnsley.
Yeah,
go on.
Sorry, can I just go back to the Huddersfield job? I can see exactly where they're going wrong. They've got one of the weakest teams in the division in rating. They've got a centre back attacking, a defensive midfielder slotting in. They've got 5 in the midfield and they're going very attacking, which is suicide in Division 2. Absolutely.
Sounds strange. We'll have to get Pavel on and he can explain himself, because that doesn't make sense.
No, that's ridiculous.
I was just surprised that obviously I left them the likes of Tom Heaton in goal, who's a steady 87, and he's obviously sold him on, and then they've brought in an 85 in goal. To me,
85.
It's not high enough rating for a goalkeeper in Division 2.
Definitely
when you're coming up against 88s and 89s, it's a recipe for disaster.
Yeah. So, if we don't know yet, but it could happen that a big club comes available in the next few weeks. TFF, things change very quickly. If a big club came available, which managers would be in the running for you two, do you think?
Me personally, I think inside forward at Villa has got his head elsewhere. He's looking for the first big available club now. So
I agree with that, Noisy, but does he deserve it?
Not on current form, no, I don't think so. It depends if you're going on last season's form or current form.
No offence to him, because he's a good manager, but he had one objective last year and he didn't meet it. That's reality.
No. I would have voted.
In my opinion, Mark Stewart's jumped ahead of him in
He's the standout, isn't he now, Mark Stewart?
I think so, for what he's doing at Gillingham, for the resources he had and what he started with.
What about Dario?
Will he leave QPR though? Will he leave him?
No, probably not. Probably not.
Another one as well. If one comes up available next season, the one I would probably vote for is Kristaps at Northampton if he keeps going, because he's doing an unbelievable job at Northampton. Because obviously I know they were relegated, because obviously I relegated them with Coventry. Yeah. And their squad was dreadful, even for a Division 4 side. So, and they're top now, I think.
Somebody else that I mentioned on Saturday that you weren't so keen on, Don, but I think Jay Jones has done a good job at Sunderland.
No. Obviously, I've had a lot of spats with Jay Jones, but he's actually a very, very good manager.
Yeah, but keep that aside. Sunderland is not a particularly good club in Division 1. He got them, what, 7th last season? Something like that.
Yeah, he's doing a very, very good job.
Or 7th or
I'll be
8th.
nothing but
That's
praying.
really good. And again, where are they? They're third.
Yeah, they're third at the minute.
I have the next game as well.
So, why is it we always look at teams at the top of 3-2 or whatever? What about And what about Noisy? What about you? Would you leave Watford if
No.
you're happy there? But your name will be in the running now.
No, for me, I don't like to jump clubs frequently. Obviously, Huddersfield was one, but that's as far as I'll go. Yeah, that's as far as I'll go, I think.
So I don't see Dario leaving because I see Dario as one of these people that just builds something and stays. He wants to build his own empire. So I get that. But
I think pressure on the big clubs now, you might be best off staying at your own teams and building from there.
Definitely. I've got to be honest, Dom, I wish I'd stayed at Colchester, but it's too late now. But Tottenham's my real live club, and probably ego gets in the way and you think, right, I'll come to the rescue. But when you get there, you think, oh, shit, get me out of here.
I did have that feeling when I came in at Hull and saw Valbuena and Jonas and that bloody crap in there. But I'm loving the challenge at Hull, and I'm getting a team.
All right, so we'll say
where I
should. Jones are two names. Iv will put his name forward, whether he's successful in the vote. And again, he's not going to like it, but this is the reality. He is a good manager, so it's not personal. But Villa were supposed to get promoted last year with Newcastle, and they didn't. He then got a second chance in the playoffs, and they didn't. They blew that. And they've not exactly set the world alight this season either. So I'd find the argument for other people more compelling than Iv, to be honest.
Yeah, I wouldn't consider him at all, to be fair. I wouldn't even put his name in the running.
And I'd argue Villa's a pretty big club anyway, so I see that as a challenge.
Yeah, I think he needs to get them promoted first before he even gets considered.
Yeah,
because they're one of the teams in that division.
For me, if he's jumping Villa now to a Division 1 club, it's almost like he's running away from a big challenge there, because Division 2 looks intense.
Yeah, definitely. It's a very, very good division.
Yeah.
And it's a very good division with very good managers in there.
Well,
definitely.
So on to we've got the league games coming up on Thursday.
Yeah.
Who have you got, Dom?
I've got Jay Jones at Sunderland.
Tough
so
game.
Another unbeaten.
Yeah. And Noisy, who you got?
Arsenal away.
Well, that doesn't get any tougher than that. And I've got a game against Nick Justice West Ham, and it's a big game for both of us. Yeah.
Kev Ritchie as well, United Leeds.
I'm going to say Man United are going to beat them.
Yeah, I think Man United are going to beat them as well.
You should never bet against Ritchie and it's daft, but Man U have got to win at some point, and to add Bale and Alaba and who else have they brought in, and Coutinho and
especially the little rivalry as well that's going on between Ritchie and Kev at the moment. I can sense a little bit of rivalry there. So
I don't see that. I think Ritchie's had a pop at everyone who's not pulling their weight, and when you've been successful like Ritchie has, it's fair enough, isn't it? But
I don't know if it'll go that way though. I'm just looking at it, and again, Ritchie played Chelsea last night, and he dominated Chelsea with Leeds. So if he can do that when Chelsea had the highest rated team in the league, I could see a draw, maybe a draw in that game. I don't think it's an easy 3 points for Kev.
No, it won't be an easy. But this is my point.
No.
This is my point. I don't think Kev or Jose are going into games now not trying. I think they're doing everything possible now, and Kev will really, really want to win this game. Desperately want to win it, and he will look closely at the tactics. He's got a load of high-rated players coming in, and I just think on this occasion they're going to have just a little bit too much for Leeds. But in terms of a tactical duel, I don't see anyone stronger than Ritchie in TFF, to be honest. I think he's probably in the top 3 or 4 tactical managers there is.
Yeah.
Can't argue with that.
I would never really bet against Ritchie, to be honest. But Man U have got to win at some point, haven't they? can't continue this.
And I think Richie's unbeaten as well, isn't he?
Yeah,
he's not been beaten.
No,
Yeah.
there's been a lot of draws in Division 1, which tells me how close things are going to be. And,
yeah,
you know, like for me, looking at Tottenham, I'm thinking even when I get 11 players on the pitch, it's going to be a case of digging results out rather than smashing teams. I can't see us smashing anyone.
Yeah, just...
But,
well, you do have Neymar, so you
I
might
do,
be able to...
I do have Neymar, but I also have Marcus Berg and Patrick Schick, and I had Pinsey, and I had Durst. I had all these 85s and 86s playing. Neymar can only do so much.
The
Sorry,
Richie
Noisy.
one. Just back to Richie quickly. I'm just looking at who he's drawn against, and Liverpool, Man City, and Chelsea. So looking here like that is 3 draws.
That's a good point. That is a good point. I didn't know that. That's impressive.
That is. And his next 2 games are United and Arsenal. So after these next 2 games, you might know where Leeds are going to be for the season.
I'll tell you what, those draws, right, are just bonus points to Richie. He had no reason to get those draws. They should be losses. So actually, his start is even better than I thought.
Mm.
Yeah, he's doing very well. All right, lads. I think we've covered it today. Just a couple of things. Thumbs left Soccer Manager last week for personal issues. Hope everything's all right with him. I think he might still watch the video, so I wouldn't be surprised if he returns at some point. So we wish him well.
Yeah.
And had some bad news from Nick today regarding a member of his family. Not hopefully too serious, and we're just to say we're thinking of Nick as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, lads. Well, it's been I hope a slightly more professional panel show today, and we'll try and get you 2 on at later on in the season.
Yeah, just give me a shout. I'm here whenever you need me.
Nice one.
Yeah.
Cheers, guys. Thanks a lot.
Cheers, Rob. Cheers for the show.
No,